welcome to another episode of His Excellency Cooks with myself, of course. And on this episode of our program, I want to learn more about the Kingdom of Netherlands. Here I'm at the house of the Acting Consul of the Kingdom of Netherlands, Mr. Jaap Vaandrager, who will be speaking to me about the Netherlands, about Holland, and then he has promised that we will be baking probably pizza together today. We're all starving, the crew is starving. I can't wait to try the pizza, but before that we'll start a discussion about the Netherlands, and then when we walk into the place where we will be baking our pizza, we'll discuss and have our political discussion about the relations between Bahrain and the Netherlands. First of all, I'd like to thank you for welcoming us in your beautiful house and for giving me this costume.
No, it's looking very good.
I like it.
Yes, me too.
It makes me look a bit bigger on the TV, but it's okay. It's beautiful.
I'm sorry for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. To start with, for how long have you been in Bahrain?
We have been living now in Bahrain for the last 17 years, but I'm coming already in Bahrain since the bridge was opened, because I used to be in Saudi since 1983. So when the bridge opened in 1986, we always found a good excuse to come to Bahrain.
Did you like it at that?
We love it.
1986. So you've been coming to Bahrain for 17 years. What are the changes that you saw in this country?
Honestly, the changes what I see immediately is that the fishing became much worse.
Okay.
And that's really sad, because we live on the sea and I like to catch a lot of fish, and that's an immediate change. And obviously we see a lot of changes in infrastructure and the opportunities for the foreign companies to come to Bahrain. I think that's great.
Any development has a cost, and the development of land and these things has the cost, and the cost is, in this case, the fish, of course, the variety of fish. But tell me about yourself, your family. I believe your children were born in Bahrain too.
I got married in Bahrain. Our children were born in Bahrain. And they love it here, and I must also say that they are very happy going to school here. We have a very good schooling system. Bahrain, for that, can pride itself on the quality of the schools.
When you joined here, did you join the embassy 17 years ago as a part of the embassy, or you were living here in Bahrain?
Yeah, no, I was working for a Saudi company, and being the acting consul, it's the first step to become the honorary consul. From the Dutch side, I have submitted all my papers in June last year, and now we are waiting for the agrément, as they call it, from the Bahrain side to instate me, and then I can also be proper functional in Bahrain.
And we will talk about when, as you said, properly functional in Bahrain. I want to talk about it when we are baking, about how you can contribute towards the Bahraini Kingdom of Netherlands relations, and we'll go into the details after that. But speak to me about the Netherlands. I've been there, but I know that many people have not, and it's an amazing place. But what can you tell us about the Netherlands itself?
Definitely, it's a fantastic country. It's a country which has great history. We have a fantastic arrangement of old traditional houses and traditional costumes like you're wearing today. This tradition, I think, is very important in Holland. I think that has also to do with being a kingdom. We try to stick to heritage, to tradition. I think what is also very interesting in Holland, we are a flower country. I mean, tulips, we all know about the tulips. Although they came from Turkey, we have to be a bit fair. But then we always used to be very good in trading. In around 1650, we had a population of 2 million people, and we had at that time, we had 16,000 merchant vessels. So Holland, although we are connected with land and not like a seafaring country like Bahrain, where you are an island and you have to live from the sea, we, with our deltas, with our main big rivers, the Meuse and the Rhine, we always had a very good opportunity to do distribution. This distribution helped us a lot. We knew how to get items from the Far East, and then we were transporting them and doing the logistical part of it in Holland and spread them over Europe. For that, I think the Dutch people were very famous. And all this you can still see when you visit Holland in the old gables, in the old storage houses in Amsterdam, Delft. And I think that is something you cannot mistake. Also Rotterdam being the 4th largest port in the world. So we can pride ourselves on being good in logistics and trade. However, agriculture is important. Agriculture counts for us we are the 3rd largest exporter of agricultural produce in the world, which is for a country with 17 million people quite an achievement.
Of course it is. Now, I want to go to how you can enhance the economic and political relations between the two countries once you become more active. But maybe when we are baking our
that's fine. I can say something on the commercial side maybe, since we talked about that. That is my job at the moment. I'm really trying to bridge Bahrain and Holland by organizing trade shows. We had last February, we had a trade show at the Gulf Industry Fair, which was very well responded. We write to the trade delegation in Holland. We tell them who is interested in business in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, logically because it's so well connected. And we were very pleased to see that we had more than 22 participants participating in February, last February, in the Bahrain Industrial Fair. So that was encouraging for me to see when you knock on the door, people normally respond.
Of course they do. Of course they do. What are your plans for the future? Do you plan to have more exchange of visits between delegations from both countries in any area in particular? Yeah,
definitely. That is also my forte. I think I have been long enough. I have been a long time here in the Middle East. I understand opportunities, and I think for me it is very important that after all these years I can give back a little bit to the society. If it's Bahrainis going to Holland or Dutch people coming to Bahrain, I think with that experience, I think we can really help and support entrepreneurs, even government organizations, saying we know where to go, we know how to help you, and that is either in Bahrain or in Holland.
How can you describe, Mr. Vaandrager, the political relations between Bahrain and Holland?
The good thing about an honorary consul is that you don't have to be always so political, because that is normally our ambassador doing that. However, I think Bahrain and Holland have always had a very strong relationship. We have very good understanding. We have very good, vice versa connection. Our ambassador, who is in Kuwait, also comes regularly over, and we are very pleased with the relationship between Bahrain and Holland.
And I hope that it will be further enhanced
obviously.
With all your contributions. Speak to me about the word Holland itself. What does it mean? What are the roots of that word?
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. I mean, sometimes we are called the Kingdom of, that's the official name, the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Some people call it the Netherlands, and some people, a little bit old-fashioned sometimes, like me maybe, we call it Holland. That has to do maybe with the geographical area. In the past, the first mention of Holland was maybe mentioned as Holtland. Holtland, almost coming from German, like Holz, which is woodland.
Woodland, okay.
And where a lot of people think that Netherlands, nether is low in Dutch, neder. Holland, hollow, people thought it was coming from there. But if you study it a bit more deeper, then you find that Holland is actually meaning woodland. And that was where Holland came from. Later, by time, it became the Netherlands, the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The area of Holland is really two provinces between Amsterdam, Rotterdam and The Hague. That area from on the western coast, on the coast side, was called always Holland. And we are always a bit proud to say that this is Holland, because we are from that area. But the people in the south, they don't like it so much, and the people in the north, they say, no, 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 it's Nederland. The Netherlands. So it's a bit confusing, and the most confusing part is we speak Dutch.
What's confusing about that?
Because you would say you speak Hollands or you speak
Hollish.
Netherlands. Exactly, but we speak Dutch. And that's
totally different
the word, that's,
word, you know,
yeah,
vocabulary.
exactly.
Yeah, but people tend to call it Holland.
Correct.
And in this part of the world, people still call it Holland. Yeah.
We're okay
it's
with
amazing. That. Yeah. Now, in the next few days, and I'm going to say when, we are recording this program on the 29th of April.
All right.
There's a very special occasion coming up to do with the Netherlands.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow, that is the 30th of April,
Correct.
but your celebration will be on the
3rd.
What is the celebration about?
The celebration is the Queen's birthday. And our Queen Juliana, the mother of our today Queen, her birthday was the 30th of April. Okay. And it became a tradition to celebrate Queen's birthday on the 30th of April. Our Queen today, Her Majesty Queen Beatrix, her birthday is in the last day of January, when it's very cold and nobody wants to do outside activities.
Yes.
So everybody adapted to Queen Juliana's birthday by saying, let's celebrate the Queen's birthday today, Queen Beatrix's birthday. We celebrate it also on the 30th of April. So it's the Queen's birthday. It's becoming more and more like a national day because you see a lot of people all dressed in orange. There's a lot of festivities. There's open markets. It's a lot of fun, and that is the celebration tomorrow. And
that
the 3rd of May.
Of April.
Yeah. And the 3rd of May we celebrated here in Bahrain with our. We have quite a good big Dutch community, and they're throwing the party. And that makes my life very easy, actually, that they all do that.
How big is the Dutch community in Bahrain?
We have over 300 people living in Bahrain, and but that is the people we know who are registered. And we always encourage people to register, to keep them up to date, and to tell them about events. Okay,
but you can even invite people through our program to register. Is there somewhere they can register their information?
Yeah, at our consulate itself. Yeah, at our consulate, and my assistant Angelique, and in the morning, and my assistant Wendy, my wife, in the afternoon. Yes. They can always call them, and they can register. And it's good to be to register because we can keep people up to date with events and happenings, and I think that will be helpful for everybody.
Keep track. I want to go back to your children, born here. Who are your children? Share with me. Maybe Wendy will later join us and will share with us these special moments. Wow. But share with me from 17 years ago, the birth of your children, the story of how each one was born here.
Wow.
Yes, I want to know about that. I know Wendy's looking at us. Do you prefer that we talk about
let me say, our children are born here, and we never had a second thought that they should be born in Holland. We think healthcare is very well organized and very well here in Bahrain. And we never saw the necessity to tell Wendy to go to Holland, for example. Of course, when children are born, it's a very special moment. And alhamdulillah, I have 4 children, so we had 4 very special moments. And also, of course, which is very important, you have to get married. And that's also part of the story, of course. First get married and then here? Children.
Okay, so you got married here.
So we got also married here. Oh, so honestly, I think if you want me to elaborate on it, I think it's a wonderful experience. I think it's a great opportunity for the kids to grow up here. It's safe. It is multicultural. We don't only live with Dutch people, we live with everyone. And I think that's the most important for them to widen their horizon. And we are very blessed that we can live here.
You know, I think we'll go into the details of those memories when Wendy joins us in the next few minutes. Yes, I'd like her to be involved because those are very special memories of your life. But you've been here 17 years. And when I speak to foreigners about how much time they have lived in Bahrain and how much they love Bahrain, or the insecurity they felt during the crisis, it takes me to a question, and I cannot avoid asking you that question. Some fled a country that they always saw as safe. Some just decided to leave, but many decided to stay. And at times of trouble, people like you, with your a family of 4 children, you decided to leave or to stay?
No, we stayed.
You stayed?
Yeah, of course. I mean, first of all, I mean, we have been here for the last 17 years. We have also seen Scots, I mean, before that even, I've seen Scots coming in. I mean, it's not that we are scared so easily. I think what is more important is that if we can all give a positive outlook, and that we not on the small, and this is not a small issue, of course. We had big issues, but I think just on the whim of it, just to leave, I don't think that is for the people who have been here for a long time. I think they understand that we should not just disappear. I mean, we should work harder. We should try to really put a positive side to being here. And I think the most important thing is enthusiasm. Although it was very depressing, I mean, I've seen people moving their businesses, not moving out of Bahrain, but looking for other opportunities. That makes them...
You did not. But you did not. You
no, we stayed. We stayed, but we were looking at other opportunities. By saying, maybe we can now. Where before I was not even thinking so much out of Bahrain. I thought the business was here. But now we thought, like, let's spread our risk a bit and let's look more in Saudi, let's look more in the Emirates, let's move. And that is exactly what Bahrain is good in. Bahrain is very good as a jump board to the other Gulf countries. Yeah. A lot of people, I think, started to realize that they had to move and base here, stay here, and but make sure, work hard, and spread all that knowledge which you have learned here, spread it over into the GCC.
But what I, as a Bahraini, appreciate is when I speak to a foreigner and he says that I have lived with my family for 17 years here. I was in the bitter moments in Bahrain and the sweet moments in Bahrain, and I did not decide to just run away.
Of course.
And you don't know how much, Mr. Vaandrager, this means to me. It's just that it makes me feel that you have the sense of belonging that I, as a citizen, have.
Of course. After all these years, we love it.
Thank you.
No, thank you very much.
We'll move to our baking part. Now this part, at the end, for me it's very touchy because, as I said, when I hear from a foreigner who's lived here for a long time and who feels that he has the sense of belonging to this country, his children were born here. The moment we were at crisis, he did not just decide to pack and leave and go back home or anywhere else. No, he decided to stay. And if this shows anything, it shows that he believes that everything is going to be okay, and we just proved to the world that we are okay, and we stood on our feet and we're moving on, and we're not just moving on now in the direction of further progress. We're going to move on to somewhere where we can eat and bake a political dish, but this time I think we're focused on the memories of the past 17 years. This is so good, seriously. This is one of the best things I've had. I'm not leaving this place, okay, without taking a few pizzas back to the TV station.
Absolutely, absolutely.
This is going to be fun because I had a taste of it. The pizza is so good. And Mr. Jaap Vaandrager and his family are going to bake us some pizzas today. I won't count any calories, but I'll have it with a diet drink.
We have all kinds of options. We have light ones, and we have special ones.
You can't imagine the taste of the pizza now. I don't want to lose it, okay?
Yeah, it's nice.
But you said you won't cook, but you are going to cook.
The idea was, what I thought, let me see how I can trick you a bit, because, you know, if I start to cook Dutch food, it will be carrots, onion, and potato, mash it, and that's it. Or maybe a piece of meat.
Easy.
Yeah, easy, but maybe not much fun.
But what is it called?
Hutspot.
Hotspot?
Yeah, hutspot.
Hotspot. Okay. So.
And then I I thought, you know what we do? One time I made the pizza oven.
Okay.
Because I always like to work actually with fire and barbecue. And I thought, like, you know what? I'll make a pizza oven outside. And then I came to the conclusion that I thought, like, I'm sweating outside, making pizzas, everybody enjoying their time inside. I'm going to make the pizza oven inside. and then that was a great idea, actually, because now we have a very social environment. People can come, they can make their own pizza.
Inside.
Inside.
Yes.
Enjoy the air conditioning when it's too hot. And I can tell them, make your own pizza. I don't have to cook. I only have to supervise and give instructions. Don't put too much tomato sauce, don't put too much cheese, don't make it sticky. And now one pizza is burning, so let me go for it very quick.
Is it burning?
Well, not yet,
wow.
but I have to get it out.
Yeah. No one touches that, by the way. Okay. If anyone touches that pizza, I'll kill you.
So how did you make it? What is the idea? I think you can make your own pizza.
Yeah, but how can you make the dough?
Yeah.
Wendy? Help us, help us, help us. I'd like to welcome Wendy to the kitchen and the two lovely girls, Celine and Charlotte. Join us, please. Make the pizza with your dad, okay? I think he does need help.
Can you spread it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the idea? How you make the dough? Okay. Let me explain that a bit.
Okay, Charlotte is putting the tomato paste, okay? But how do you make the dough? Wendy, maybe you can help us with the dough? Is he good at it?
He's the best.
Okay,
no,
then you know.
He always does it.
Okay,
I
then.
don't know.
Tell us, how do you make it?
600 milliliter of water. Pizza.
600 milliliter of water.
1 kilo of pizza flour.
1 kilo pizza flour.
Correct.
600 ml water.
Correct.
Yeah.
2 teaspoons of yeast.
2 teaspoons of yeast, okay.
2 teaspoons of yeast. 1 tablespoon of sugar.
1 tablespoon sugar.
And 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
2 tablespoons of olive oil, and if you can't keep track of it, I'll give you the address of your house whenever you want the pizza.
Yeah, but it was easy.
Okay.
Now,
That's
the sugar,
easy.
yeah, it's very easy. The sugar, the yeast, and a bit of water, lukewarm.
Okay.
You put it together to see if the yeast works. If the yeast works, you put it in the flour. With the water, you mix it.
How do you know it works?
You get little bubbles.
Okay.
And when you see the bubbles, that's the time that your yeast is working. You mix it. Ideally, the day before.
Okay.
So we all make the dough the day before.
Okay. Yeah, I'm burning.
No, that's maybe a bit complicated. That's fine. If you want to make a nice little crust, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then
so now
now comes the expertise
now you want
here.
to do the crust. Okay, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. The good thing also is, if you are with a group of people, everybody can select what they like. Okay. Some people, they don't like to eat wheat, like myself. The last 14 days I've been eating only raw food, nothing cooked.
Why?
Yeah, I wanted to lose some weight, which worked very well, by the way. However, we have big portobello mushrooms.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, and these we can fill also. Okay. And then you don't have the dough.
Okay.
And then you have something much lighter.
Without the dough.
Without the dough. So we have a few opportunities here. I also have a pièce de résistance, where I have very thinly sliced tenderloin, and we put that with truffle oil, with rucola, and some Parmesan cheese.
Wow.
Yeah. That will be so nice.
I love that. Okay, let's see what the girls have prepared here. What Celine and Charlotte have prepared. Charlotte, what did you do with that?
It's just a normal pizza. We just put some tomato sauce on it. Then with the crust, you just fold it in a bit.
And if you want to put some cheese, you can put cheese.
Yeah, you can put cheese in the middle and fold it over. Then you have like a cheese filling.
So Celine, you did the same thing here?
Yes.
It's tomato? It's tomato paste, okay. So now what are we gonna do next? Mr. Vaandrager, Wendy. Cheese? Okay.
Yeah, they are very expert.
You are experts?
They know how to do it. So guys, you have to make 2 different pizzas.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yellow girls.
See you later.
We have no pineapple today because we didn't think there were
Okay, why don't you make the pizza while we are chatting? Yeah?
Okay.
Now, tell me about your memories about how they were born in Bahrain. Wendy, join us, please. I want to go back to 17 years ago. Did you get married 17 years ago?
We got married in 1996.
1996, that is, yeah,
Yes,
16 years ago.
And Celine was born in 1997 here in Bahrain in the BDF hospital.
What do you remember about that day?
Wow, your first child, you remember everything. It was fantastic.
The moment that you had her, what did you think to yourself?
Well, it's such a beautiful experience, and you just realize your life will never be the same again. But in the best way possible.
Yeah, I know, you can hear that.
And I think what is nice that if you are, if you have the blessing that you can have children, I think the nicest part is that you can also work now for your family and for your children. It is not always like before, it was always me, 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 me. But then when you get married, you share. But when you get children, it's even more important. You do things for them to later hopefully carry on and try to do something hopefully that will reflect. And that's what I think when you get children, life has a whole other meaning.
But you have had so many great moments in Bahrain.
Absolutely.
And all your 4 children and the twins. Talk to me about the twins. You know, I'm seeing the pizza there. I can't resist it.
Please,
Honestly,
I
can't. It will get cold and no one... Ali Darwish, you can have a piece, okay?
Yeah, please. I mean, otherwise we put it on the plate and we put it on the counter.
Aisa, Bushra, steal a piece, okay? This is so good, seriously? Seriously, this is the nicest pizza I've had. Because it's so simple. And pizza is about simplicity. What are you doing there?
I'm trying to organize the Angus beef, thinly sliced. We're going to put that on the pizza. And here also I have Italian dry cured beef.
Okay.
Which will go very well with some rucola and some Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
I mean...
the only thing I don't like in my pizza is olives.
We both did olives.
I don't like olives. I can remove them.
That's
it's okay,
like,
you know.
That's like our brother. He likes
No,
everything
but then what we do...
I don't know why I don't like olives, yeah.
It's very peculiar because normally in the Middle East we all have olives.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm different.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm one of a kind.
Okay, shall I put this one in?
Yes, please. And Mark, keep these.
These are tomatoes, these are mushrooms, and this is olive oil, oregano probably, right?
Absolutely.
Anchovies? No, that's not anchovies.
Yeah, we have also anchovies.
It is, yeah.
sorry.
We can open up the can, yeah?
Artichokes, we said.
Yeah.
What's this?
I think that's mushrooms. Yeah, it's mushrooms.
Shiitake?
Excuse me,
Maybe
sorry.
shiitake mushrooms, yeah. Okay, let's see now.
But this mushrooms is nicer than that.
Really?
It isn't like
love
oil or
mushrooms.
something
I love
It
mushrooms.
depends on your taste.
I love mushrooms. Any kind of mushroom is nice for me.
like. You should try the big
The portobello.
They're so good.
Really?
You can put like cheese and
All
something.
mushrooms, yeah. Oh, we're gonna have fun today eating. So now Mr. Vaandrager is making us another pizza.
Yep.
Let's have a look at what your dad is making. Do you trust him in the kitchen?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You do? He's the best. Okay.
He has very crazy ideas.
Such as?
Well,
Like the mushrooms, spinning mushrooms.
and I don't want to like say everything, but like
Say it, it's okay.
But, like,
It's just gonna be on TV, just say it.
And one time he took because at breakfast we have orange juice, and sometimes if we run away quickly, we don't even drink it. And
What did he do to you?
he took the orange juice and he poured that into our soup. But it tasted amazing. It was like, well, how did you make this?
From
He
a
was like,
little bit of sour taste.
it was like really good. And I'm like, how did you make this? He said, It was from your orange juice.
I like that. That's very clever.
We don't want to
okay.
waste. You know, we don't
That's
want
what
to
I
waste
do
food.
with some medicine, with syrup, medicine.
Yeah.
With my kids, I put it in the juice for them. And sometimes it does work, because with some medicine you can mix it with juice, some medicine you cannot. And sometimes they would drink it and think that tastes good. And that's a medicine that you're having. But these are really crazy ideas, right?
Yeah, he's like the best cook I know.
Oh.
But my mom makes the best pasta.
Oh yeah.
Next time it's pasta.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
You're welcome.
Sometimes we have pasta extravaganza. That you can explain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so much
What we
fun.
do, we have like 3 sorts of pastas, and then we have lots of ingredients. We wrap it like this, and then you've got to make your own sauce, cook your own pasta, put your own toppings on it and everything, make your own bowl, and then you get a slip of paper and you secretly judge all of them. And you say which one's the best and stuff. And then so the winner like gets to be like, yeah, I'm the winner, I'm the winner.
So you do the voting and everything.
Yeah.
On appearance, taste, and originality. And you have to name the pizza as well.
Then the pasta.
The pasta.
Yeah.
And the pasta and the pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
That's very nice.
Now, can you join us here? Are you waiting for the pizza?
Yeah, we also have to work, eh?
Yeah, I want to have a look at what's
I
happening
will
there.
join you in a minute. Just let me.
Now you're baking this, okay?
That's correct.
Within the next 12 months, where do you feel Bahrain is going? You know, with the independent commission's report and all the changes that have taken place and a new chapter being opened, are you optimistic about the future of Bahrain?
I'm very optimistic. I don't think it's an easy. It's easy. Everybody has to work very hard.
Yeah.
It's also important that people listen to each other. And I think when you listen to each other and you have communication, you have dialogue, I think that's extremely important in everything.
Yes.
If you don't have communication, it is even in business. If you cannot talk to each other and you have always other people interfering, it's not easy.
Worsens it, yes.
And you have to communicate face to face, and then I think with communication, it's necessary to solve your issues and move forward.
And this is what happened. What happened is that dialogue was something that was an initiative taken for a very long time.
Yeah.
And do you feel that the country is standing on its feet again, and with the events that are coming to Bahrain like Formula One, the air show, the boat show, Bahrain is back to its glory?
I think it's moving there.
Yes.
I think we get definitely much better press. After Formula One also, I mean, before Formula One we were a bit worried, and then I thought maybe in the last few days even, maybe it could get cancelled. And being...
You thought so?
Well, yeah, because suddenly you see the Western press really putting so much attention to Bahrain negatively that I thought like, oh my goodness, I hope the teams will not stop coming to Bahrain. Fortunately, that didn't happen. We had a fantastic weekend. Being an avid motorsport enthusiast, I love the track. I'm there a lot. I don't want to say I live on the track because that would not be fair for the family. But no, we have a big passion for motorsport, and even the family always there. When I was racing, they were my biggest supporters. So it was really nice.
So you were racing once.
Yeah.
So you feel that we are racing in the direction of success?
Yeah, it can't be that there will be no success for Bahrain when you have all these opportunities in Bahrain, when you see what happened in the last years, all the development. I think it's positive, and we have to keep it on that positive note because we have to look forward.
Yeah, and with that we will end this episode of our program with these words from the Acting Consul of the Kingdom of Netherlands to Bahrain, Mr. Jaap Vaandrager. We end the program, this episode of our program, His Excellency Cooks, and this was a very nice episode. We got to make some pizzas. I don't know if they're burning or not, but I like the way we concluded it. The Formula One and being hosted in Bahrain was a major success. Despite the problems we had with the Western media, we managed to host this very important event in our beloved country. We managed to have the privilege of hosting our guests, taking good care of them, and proving to the world that we are unified, and we will always be unified. And when we host the Formula One next time, we will make sure that we also host our guests in the best manner and show them what our beloved country is all about. On this episode of His Excellency Cooks with myself, my guest, of course, once again was the acting consul of the Netherlands to Bahrain, Mr. Jaap Vaandrager, but we were also joined by Wendy, and we were joined by Charlotte and by Celine, who cooked with us in the kitchen and helped us bake the pizzas. We ended it with very nice words. We have a positive approach and we'll continue in that direction. Until we join you next week on another episode of His Excellency Cooks with Adheya, I'd like to thank you all for watching our episode. We'll take this break, and then the team, Ali Darwish, our director, is hungry. Isa's holding this camera, he's hungry. Bushra is hungry, and Jamil is hungry, and everyone is hungry, and we all want to have some pizza. Thank you very much for joining us.